like I said, the 1933 Montevideo Convention. It's in the charter, but it's not so easy to harness. And Iran could right now legitimately say, this is the territorial integrity of our territory. Why? Because everybody has signed on to the charter. There's Article 2, Paragraph 7, the territorial integrity of states. Unless those people from within can provide a justifiable means, and that's your task. If nobody recognizes that, you have to find somebody, not just one state, but someone in your region who's going to recognize that. I would not myself, I would be very careful to speak, to say whether I recognize someone as a people or not. Because it's something that the peoples have to pursue. If you're pursuing that right as a peoples, you have to many things to prove. Thanks.
يقول سؤالك صعب جدا، لأنه يقول أنا أول ما وصلت لهالبلد نفس السؤال كان عندي وما حصل الجواب، ولكن هو يحتاج متابعتك ومطالعة كثيرة. المتابعة مثل ما هالكوزو متابعة، والبلد اللي ما حد كان يعترف فيه، وأكثر الدول الأوروبية بالأخير اعترفت فيه. حلق موضوع حرب الأهلية في سوريا نفس الحرب الأهلية إذا ترجع للتاريخ كان في دول مختلفة، أمريكا وفرنسا، ولكن هو بالأخير يقول لك يعني بأنه هو يرتبط مع متابعتك أنت، إلا تخلق مع مؤسسات أو مع دول يعترفون بحقك.
Thank you. We only have 2 minutes left. Does anybody else have a question? Quickly. Sorry, I forgot to say this earlier. You can just introduce yourself.
من سوالم از شما اینه، من حکومت کردستان ایران هستم. با توجه به مسائلی که شما مطرح کردید با این نقض حقوق بشر که در ایران انجام میگیره، شما انتظارتون از شورای حقوق بشر چیه و میخواد چیکار کنه؟ آیا فکر نمی کنید اینا باید به جمهوری اسلامی ایران فشار بیارن که میثاق‌های بین المللی را رعایت کنه و از این بیشتر شما چه انتظاری و از شورای حقوق بشر دارید؟
He's from Kumele party, is one part of Kurdistan part of Iran. He said, do you want the United Nations to put Iran more under pressure because Iran doesn't respect the human rights in the country, or do you want anything else?
I will take that. This is a difficult question on human rights because you have the Human Rights Covenants, you have the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, but then you have to get another state to put pressure on Iran or whichever state is violating these human rights. And you need to get international support. Of course, if they sign down to these covenants, you take it to the treaty bodies. If they sign down to a certain other, maybe you could go to other bodies. You have the Human Rights Committee. If one state is a member of that, if you say discrimination, you go to the CERT committee, the Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Now you say you are a Kurd, therefore, technically speaking, you are a minority. And I've been here long enough to know that Kurds are trying to be recognized as peoples also, because they're peoples, but they're bordered by many countries. So we understand this very difficult question. And it's a circular question that keeps going round and round, and there was an attempt, because the Minorities Convention does not expressly recognize the right to self-determination of minorities. And so you did have some support on the former subcommission, but they dissolved that. And so you have to find another body who would work on your question as peoples. That's all.
I will translate in Farsi for him. I will explain to you a little bit as well. ایشون میگن تقریبا سوال شما هم مشابه سوال ایشون هست، یعنی تا حدودی مشکل هست، ولی اگر مثلا شما فقط اکتفا نکنید به سازمان ملل، شما باید ساپورت داشته باشید از کشورهای مختلف، کشورهایی که قدرتمند هستن، اونها بتونن هم فشار بیارن بر ایران چه بتونن معادله رو عوض کنن. شما هم باید مطابقتون زیاد بشه، یعنی بعد که نه فقط کردها رو به عنوان یک اقلیت حساب نکنن، به عنوان مردمی که حق به تعیین سرنوشت، این چیزایی هست که شما باید دنبالشون برید، نه فشار بیارید. I would like to explain to him as well about, because United Nations has a power. You know, there are a lot of NGOs as well working with United Nations. You can have a contact with NGOs as well, NGOs that work for human rights, and NGOs, some countries, and your work can put Iran under pressure more and more. این فارسی میشه من گفتم علاوه بر این که شما میتونید از طریق کشور از طریق NGO فشار بیارید.
Thank you again for
Index
for us. I think we're over time, but does anybody have any other questions quickly?
أنا كان عندي سؤال منكم، كيف نقدر يعني نوقف الإعدامات بحق الشعب العربي الأحوازي اللي يطالب بحق تقرير المصير؟ فالسؤال موجه إلى الأخوة اللي موجودين هناك، كيف نقدر نوقف هذه الإعدامات أو كيف شعبنا يقدر يوصل إلى حق تقرير المصير؟ وشكرا.
His question is how we can stop the death penalty in Ahwaz and getting self-determination. I believe his question is very similar to that gentleman's question about self-determination. Self-determination, as we earlier my friend mentioned, is a difficult question because it's up to you, up to your work. You have to research, you have to have a contact with many countries, with United Nations, to find your sympathetic and support for your case. For death penalties, similar question to this gentleman is about having contact with United Nations, having contact with NGOs, funding support as well from other countries, like Catherine Ashton, just a few days ago, she gave an action against death penalty in Ahwaz, or having contact with massive NGOs like Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, and other human rights organizations. They can put Iran more and more under pressure.
Thank you.
I'll answer very quickly. You know, unfortunately, when you look at the conventions, states accept this under what you call the a la carte principle. So they could make reservations and declarations. And in particular states, they can reserve their rights when it comes to the death penalty, say we do not accept that, U.S. being one of them. So there's various ways for states to get around implementing human rights, and it's legal. This is why some states will say, well, you cannot force this on us because we have not accepted either you or a treaty body that you have jurisdiction on this question over us. So then if you go to an expert on a treaty body, they'll say, sorry, all we can do is make a recommendation, but we can't put pressure to implement this. And so you're sitting with the same thing, and there's U.S. is just not one state, but there's many other states in the Middle East who reserve their rights for the right to the death penalty.
ایشون گفتن شاید آمریکا به شما نتونه کمک کنه در مورد اعدام ها، چون آمریکا کسی از اون کشورهایی که اعدام انجام میدن، ولی میتونید از طریق کشورهای دیگری که اعدام ندارن فشار زیادی بر ایران وارد کنید.
Nobody has kicked us out, but we are over time. I don't think there are any more questions. lot of struggles for self-determination. And I want to thank you for the work that you do, for the work that you do, the civil organizations, for the work that you're doing. Keep working, keep pushing. It's slow, but he says it's procedure. You have to follow, and hopefully with time, it's happened before for other peoples, and with time it will continue to happen. And hopefully one day, everybody will be able to have the self-determination in this right. So thank again to our panelists. Thank you for attending, and have a good rest of the afternoon.